and a girlfriend who has not been brought to books. And you are wondering where is the law? And what measurements are we putting in place, like monitoring, these systems? It's really unfortunate. So when you talk about policies, yes, we could do it, but then how do we implement them? Making policies is one, but then how do you walk the talk? So I feel that there's really a gap or a vacuum that needs to be filled first. I remember the issue very well now of Nyakio, and Senator Murango brought it to Parliament. Actually, he made a statement on it. I was actually going to make a statement immediately. I think, Liz, you know very well, I'm always, I'm on the forefront for this. I have advocated for many, women, children, and the rest. If you looked at my statement, seriously, I hold myself high regarding statements on day-to-day issues. So I did, and Senator Murango told me, oh, he's already made a statement. But then that statement, I was just wondering, how far can it get? For this, I want to promise here that I will make a petition. I'll do a petition, since I'm also in legal justice and legal committee. We'll do a petition for Nyakio. And how are we going to do this? Because but we'll work it out. In fact, I've told Mheshimiwa that I'll link up with her. We work it out, and by next year, because we're going on recess, then this the petition should be alive. Now, how do we go about? Because now within the petition, the DCI will be summoned, the DPP, the AG, all the other, the law enforcement, system should be summoned. So let's see how we can, as much as, we cannot replace, and it's so painful. But then I think it will also ease, that mental health for Mama Nyakio, Mheshimiwa. Because when you're seeing people walking, just around, and they're not, justice, actually, justice delayed is justice denied. So she has been denied that justice. And so how do we try and do it? So for me, the best thing that I will do definitely a petition for her. So this policies are made, to be implemented, but it doesn't see the light of the day. Whereas, the justice system, the judiciary and whoever, guys are just walking free. Or maybe they'll even be taken to jail. 1 month, 2 months is just enough for them. That's GBV, by the way, or femicide. After all, what is it? We had a situation, the women who were found in the quarry, the dead bodies, the quarry story. What happened? This man walked free. Imagine. He was let loosely and he fled. And maybe we were even saying that this guy was just planted, for the sake of Kipindi. So that, it's just seen. But then how many dead bodies? In fact, I was asking Daktari here, how many dead bodies did we find? In fact, she was even trying, to explain. But then one person is just enough. You don't need 2, 3, 4, 5. We're being told either 45 or whoever. And at times, with the government, when you're told 3 people have died, at times it's about 10 of them. But then, of course, it cannot be, openly be told, the number. So I feel strongly that the systems we have to be enforced for us to realize justice.
Senator, you've spoken of implementation, and you've spoken of also having a petition for one case. And I was left wondering, how about the very many other cases which are out there? And what exactly do we need to do to make sure that we walk forward, or rather we move forward knowing that everyone is secure, everyone is covered, and the question of GBV is resolved?
I think the GBV requires a multi-sectoral, united, unity for us to work it out. you know, bring in, we also need at times even that divine intervention, you know, let us have the religious, you know, leaders, cultures, you know, bring in the local civil society and all that. I think we need to be united to curb this. You understand? That's what the long and short I would say about it. But otherwise, there's so much to relate. There's so much to discuss. Like our young man discuss about that nurturing a male, a boy child. How are we doing it? We keep on talking about, oh, our girls, oh, you need to do this and that, you know, culturally. But then how do we talk to our boys? How are we mentoring our boys? We have even forgotten, you know, the should I say, the religious ideals that, you know, being a Muslim or a Christian and whatever, coming from those faiths, you definitely, you know, we need to mentor our children, you know, through those faiths, because there's, like you said, there's so much violence, and you know, at the end of the day, maybe this person is only killing. And by the way, when you talk about gender, the femicide, I had my neighbor was the late Willis Ayeko, who passed on the other day. But when you look at it, look at how his body was mutilated. Is in that GBV, regardless of, you know, whatever happened. So you can imagine the children going through the trauma because they could not watch TV, they could not, and this story was over, you know, was all over. And, you know, those are the cases that we need, you know, to curb. But then femicide, of course, is rampant. And then when you go, for example, when a girl is raped, you're being told, when you go to police, oh, alifanya hivyo, oh, ilikuwa ni wangapi, then, you know, they start mocking and laughing and doing, you know, all kind of things. How does it happen? The other days during the Mandamano, you know, the girls, whatever they went through, imagine you're being pushed by a police officer and they do all the crazy things. They take the rungus and insert, you know, inside your private parts. That's what our girls were going through when you're going to jail. I mean, to look for them, you find all kind of trauma. And, you know, they're locked in with men and they're being raped, and regardless, so ulijifanya mwerevu ulienda huko, you know, so it's you know, our mental health status, how does it go? When I did the mental health for police officers, I meant they're also going through the same. So they're also going through trigger happy. Do they care about the other person? Niye mwenye nakwambia amelala njaa, hana hata pesa, you know, hana hata kitu kimoja. So why would even protect any other person? You know, you're at the bank, you're protecting, I don't know, millions, billions, and yet you're sleeping hungry, your family is sleeping hungry. Look at that mental health status. What time would they have for another person, for a girl who has been raped, you know, for GBV? Anakuambia mzee alikugonga huku, na kwa nini akukugonga huku kwengine? Kwani alitoa macho moja, kwa nini akutoa hiyo ingine? And imagine, these are the police, you know, law enforcers. So seriously, I feel it's a united, it's a united, should I say, we all have to unite to curb this. We all, you know, it has to come out strongly. And what I love, again, I would say, is that the capacity, the awareness that we are creating now. We are telling people that this is, at least, it's a story. It's no longer a silent story. It's being told, and people are going out to tell their stories. You know, should I say? The FGM, the other time I was going through the FGM, I think we were also together in one of the forums, the FGM, and women are being told, do not accept, you know, you need to be a whole. Kwa nini weye you know, ufanye ukeketwe, and yet, you know, this person, you know, it's all your life, you know, this person has messed you throughout. So I think there are many other issues we can relate, and we have, and regardless, I would encourage that apart from, and I would encourage my sister Katha, that apart from this forum on TV, can we even have such forums? You know, this mental health, it will help, it will ease, it will assist us. We can have such forums, we can hold such forums, they can even, they can talk to us. I have agreed that I told her I will help her to champion mental health. But let us have this over and over again. Asanteni sana.
Dr. Resila, you've been